Let's talk about Southeast Portland. So excited you're here. I love Southeast Portland. I love Portland in general. I mean, Portland is broken up into 5 areas: Southeast, Northeast, North, Southwest, and Northwest Portland. But today we're going to concentrate on Southeast Portland. I have people all the time like you calling me about wanting to move to Portland. So I've decided that we would break this all up and take it in small bits so you get the whole idea of what's in Southeast Portland. Today we're going to jump into the map. We're going to talk about where Southeast Portland is, how close it is to things, how you get places, and what it looks like to live in Southeast Portland in accordance to everything around it. So let me break it down for you a little bit about Southeast Portland just so you know where it borders. So to the north, it borders Burnside. Burnside is the cutoff between Southeast and Northeast Portland. To the west, the Willamette River. To the south, you have Milwaukee and Happy Valley. Then to the east, you have Gresham, Rockwood, and then Gresham. So Southeast is just tucked in between all those places. It's a great place. It's got amazing accessibility, amazing bike paths, amazing parks. We're going to talk about it all. So stick around. Make sure you hit the subscribe. Make sure you ding the bell to stay up to date on everything that's relevant about moving to Portland, Oregon, and real estate in Oregon. I'm excited you're here. Let's get this done. My name's Maren Paldy with Paldy Homes, and I'm super glad you're here. All of my contact information is below. Make sure you shoot me a text, send me an email, call me, set up a Zoom. Let's talk about moving to Southeast Portland. No matter if you're ready in 9 days or 90 days, I'm here for you. I've got people like you calling me every single day, ready to move to Portland. That's why we're here. We want to make sure you have an education background about this area so that you're ready to come. And when you are, you're ready to ask the right questions and you know which areas you're interested in. So make sure you hit the subscribe, make sure you ding the button for the like and the bell to subscribe to make sure you stay up to date on everything moving to Portland and everything about real estate in Oregon. I'm excited you're here. Let's dive into the map. Let's go. All right, so here's the map of Southeast Portland. And you can see, I don't have my drawing stick out yet, but this is Burnside right here. I can make it a little bigger so you can see it. So this is Burnside up here. Then the Willamette River runs this way. Then you have Milwaukee and Happy Valley-ish over here. And then over here to the east, you have Gresham, Rockwood area that divides this. All right, so Southeast Portland has, like I said, 22 different neighborhoods in it. Some of the ones that you can see on here, Lentz, you can see Woodstock, you can see Mount Scott, Arletta, you can see Mill Park, you can see Mount Tabor area, Hosford, Abernathy, Selwood, Moreland over here. I love that area. There's lots of the Powellhurst, Gilbert neighborhood. There's also the Hawthorne, the Belmont. I mean, there are so many neighborhoods in Southeast. It's fabulous, and every one of them has a different vibe, and every one of them has a different feel, which is why it's kind of a cool place. Southeast is generally, well, that's a lie. Southeast runs a gamut in terms of price. Hawthorne's super expensive, but you have feasible, or what's the word I'm looking for? You have houses that are in lower price ranges, sometimes in Selwood, definitely in the Foster neighborhood. The Lentz neighborhood's more affordable. So it runs the gamut of affordability and luxury in Southeast Portland. So let's take a look. I'm going to grab my drawing tool. Let's take a look at what's out here. So this is 205. It runs pretty much right through Southeast. This is Highway 26, and it's not a freeway. This is the old highway that connects across the river to the east side, the west side to the east side. And this runs all the way out to Gresham and up to the mountain, actually. So you can see Southeast is split basically into 4 quadrants. It's it doesn't matter where you are, there's great houses in either one, in any quadrant there is. Some down here, so let me get out of this, but let me bring it in a little bit further because you can see if you run, so there is So the things that are great to do here. Oaks Park, right here. Super cool. You're gonna have the Selwood Riverfront Park right here. Omsey's up here. In this area. You have Laurelhurst Park that's up here. You have Mount Tabor Park, which is really a extinct volcano. Super cool up there, actually. You have Lentz Park, which is a great park. There's lots of things to do. There's lots of basketball courts and places to eat and picnic. It's a really pretty place. And then you have Powell Butte Nature Park, another very cool place to take hikes, and you get great views and lots of trails. It's fabulous. The other thing that Southeast has is Willamette National Cemetery. It's the only national cemetery in Southeast Portland. It's gorgeous. It's up on the hill. It has beautiful views and beautiful sights for your family. It's a military usually only, or you have to have a reason to be buried there. It's not for everybody. But the Willamette National Cemetery is gorgeous, and actually to walk through it is kind of cool too. All right, so that's kind of a little snippet of Southeast. The schools that you have there, you're going to have, for private schools, you're going to have Central Catholic. You're going to have Portland Adventist Academy. So that's over right off 205. The Portland Public, or the other high schools, the public high schools you're going to have are David Douglas. You're going to have Lincoln High School, which is downtown Portland. You're going to have Cleveland High School, which is off of Highway 26, off of that little highway over there. You're going to have David Douglas, which is out off of 135th. And you have Benson, which is down more in the downtown area. So you have great education options in Southeast Portland. Portland Public, you can kind of transfer and move around as you see where the best fit is. Central Catholic, again, is a private school, and so is Portland Adventist. All right, so some of the things that people are interested in when they look around here and do the map is kind of where are things in accordance to Southeast Portland. Southeast Portland, right over here, in the red, now in the blue circle. Okay, so if you take I-205, you're gonna go up here to the airport. You're talking 15, 20 minutes, max. Could be 10 minutes if you live on the north side of Southeast. Airport is an easy one to get to, straight up 205, super simple. You could come from 26 to 205, is the other way. You can come through Highway 26 and hit 205, easy as well. All right, so as you can also see up here, the Mount Hood is up here. So also easy from Southeast. This Highway 26 we talked about, actually it takes you all the way up through Boring, through Sandy, and you're gonna run up to Mount Hood Village, and then to Rhododendron, up to Government Camp, and then you go to Mount Hood. And you're talking that is probably about 45 minutes to an hour, that drive. In the high times of skiing, it could be an hour and a half based on traffic. Southeast Portland, right over here. Here's the beaches, clearly. So, again, you can get on Highway 26, and you can go up and go north, and go up here, and you can end up at Cannon Beach. You can jump on 101 and go down and hit all the beaches down here. The other way you can go is when you get on Highway 26, you can cut off here at Highway 6, and that takes you down to Tillamook over here, and then Netarts, and then down here, we've talked about this in other videos, is Pacific City. Pelican Beer, people love it. It's a great outdoor space. The dunes are up there, sand dunes that kids can run up and down. It's a very fun place. To get to the beach, you're talking probably an hour and a half, 2 hours if you're gonna go leisurely down to 101, but an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes before you see the water. And the other place that people love to go is up here in Hood River, wine tasting. So again, you can get on 205, take the 84, and you're gonna drive right up the gorge. It's the Columbia Gorge, where there's tons of hiking. Multnomah Falls is up here. So it's a beautiful drive. And then to get to wine tasting, you're about an hour and a half. Multnomah Falls, 45 minutes. You are really, this whole scenic area, easy to get to, beautiful drive, a little dicey in the winter. It gets a lot of freezing rain up there, and the gorge winds make it really cold. So it's really, if you are traveling in the winter, you have to be prepared in the Gorge. If you're traveling in the summer, it's absolutely gorgeous. So the other piece of this also that people love to do is what's called the Fruit Loop. So again, 205, you're going to go up into the Gorge, and then instead of coming back the same way you went, you're going to go down Highway 35, and you're going to go on the backside of Mount Hood, and all in here are apple orchards, or fruit orchards, but really apple trees, and fruit orchards and farms. And you can stop at any one of those. You can do wine tasting, but you can pick fruit. It is the best day. So it's a full day event if you're going to go. You come back around, and then you get back on Highway 26, and you merge right back into Southeast Portland. So this is a full day event. This drive is probably about 3 or 4 hours if you don't stop. It's one of my very favorites, actually. So I love it. I love the Fruit Loop. It's super fun. The Hood River, that whole area is gorgeous. Again, this is tons of wine tasting up there, and there's right across the Skamania is across. This is Washington over here. And they have great wine tasting as well in the Gorge on the other side. But this is very fun. This whole day is a very fun day. All right, so let's get back to where we were. All right, Southeast Portland. Let me move myself back over here. Again, the airport is right here. Vancouver is right here. So if you get a job in Southeast, anywhere in Southeast, and you want to go across the bridge and work in Vancouver, which is over here, you can do one of two things. You can get on I-5 and go across, or you can get on 205 and go across and then hit SR-14 that way. But either way, those bridges are really dicey with traffic. It extends your commute. The people live in Vancouver and come in. So if really you're going to Vancouver, it's not as bad, but it is a lot of traffic. The bridges can get tight. The bridges can get really bogged down. And so that is part of it. But there is no problem with working in Vancouver. It's an easy drive, 30 minutes, 25 minutes max, actually, if you're really kind of going midday. So to work in Vancouver is no big deal. Now, if you get a job and you're working over here in Beaverton area, West Slope, Beaverton, some of this commute this way can be a little dicey as well. The commutes are not great in Portland during rush hour, no matter how you cut it. But it is something people do, and people manage it. So it's just something to deal with. So Beaverton's right over there. If you want to work in Milwaukee, or you work in Clackamas, or you work in Gladstone or Happy Valley, those things are all right here. If you work in Tualatin or Sherwood, there's lots of ways to get there. 205, and then you come all the way down. 205 rolls around, and it merges right here with I-5, right in Tualatin, actually. And you can go north or south here, get you anywhere you want to go. Salem is down this way, Wilsonville. The commutes are really not bad, actually, from Southeast. The accessibility is actually great. We can go in tight again. The other thing that people love about Southeast, well, Portland in general, is the biking, right? So there is, let's see if we can get it in here. I think I can put the bike paths in here. Look at the amount of bike options there are here. This is just amazing. This city itself is fabulous, and it has a ton of biking and bikeable places, and you can get anywhere you want to. So again, if you're in Southeast, which is, I will outline it again as much as I can, right here, give or take. I'm kind of bouncing around, but it's right in here. I can move myself. Right in here. Look at all of the bike paths. It's kind of cool, actually, the amount of movability you have and bikeability, and people love that. Okay, so the other thing that people like is just to see the terrain. I'll take the bike path off. Look at the terrain. It's got a lot of places that you can either hike, like I said, you can climb in Mount Tabor Park, in Powell Butte. There's lots of things to do that are kind of cool, but just looking at the topography of it, really kind of cool. Taking that away, but looking at traffic. So this is traffic right now. And right now it is, let me look. Right now it's 5:44. So traffic is a little yucky over here coming out of Portland. But again, here is Southeast. And, sorry. It's pretty good on the south side. Always is, usually better down there. And the east, the east side is good. This north can get kind of tough because this is 205 heading to the bridge this way. It's always tough, and 205 always gets yucky right around here for some reason. And then what really you're having over here is you've got 26 people coming in on 26. They get a little tight here. Okay, that's just Powell. It's also known Powell Boulevard. So Highway 26 gets a little dicey there because it's stop and go traffic, 2-lane road. It's not a real highway at all. And then clearly this is outside of Southeast, but it's all over Highway 26 by the zoo up here. And this is Laurelhurst, and I-84 coming out of Portland is usually not great, as you can see. So stop and go traffic, I mean, this is a great example. And here we are at 5:44, and this is kind of where it's at. So here we have, the other thing I wanted to talk about was colleges. So here is Reed College, private college in Woodstock. Beautiful neighborhood, super fun, lots of walkability, very trendy, great restaurants. And they have the cloud ice cream, which is to die for. It also is near the Crystal Springs Rhododendron Garden, another great place to walk around and be part of. It's so fun there. I love it. It's a great day out to walk around. But Reed College, highly sought after private school, very, very academic. Lots of great things are happening there. Just wanted you to see where that was. And then it is next to the Eastmoreland golf course. So this Rhododendron Garden kind of works into, you can walk around and do the Eastmoreland golf course, which is super cool. So the other college that's there's a couple of them pretty close together actually, right over here. So what I wanted you to see is Warner Pacific University, and it backs up right into the Mount Tabor Park, which is super cool. And the other one we have is PCC Southeast Campus. It offers amazing community college experience within Southeast, and it has amazing, again, availability to travelability and walkability, and there's Primet, which is our public transport, all throughout here. Just wanted you to know that there's 3 major colleges, and that's what they are: Reed College, Warner Pacific, and PCC Southeast. All right, while I was doing this, I really think it's important that we look at the Mount Tabor Park. I mean, this place is enormous. It's so fun. There's the Mount Tabor playground, but look at all of these areas that you can hike, and you have the stairs that are here. It is really the tennis courts, the park, the playground. I just really don't want you to miss Mount Tabor in Southeast. It's really a great place, and any of these houses around here, super cool and fun to buy. So we've kind of walked you through a little bit about Southeast Portland, kind of talked about the big ways to get there, big things to get to, really where the neighborhoods are. I've showed you that. I'm going to do videos on each neighborhood. I just wanted you to get a feeling for this area, and it's just so neat that Portland is broken up into 5 quadrants. You have Southeast, which we have right here. You have Northeast, which is above it because it's split by Burnside. Then you have North Portland, even higher. Then you have Southwest, which I've done a video on, and Northwest Portland. Portland as a whole is fabulous, but when you break it down into the quadrants or into the sections, it just makes it a whole lot easier to digest and kind of decide where you want to be. Like I said, I'll do a video on each of the neighborhoods or a couple neighborhoods at a time to really break it down for you. But I really wanted you to see this. I really wanted to walk through the map, and I'm really glad you hung out with us and walked through Southeast Portland with us. Thanks for being here. I'm so glad you took the tour with us through the map and talked about where Southeast Portland is in accordance to everything else. Again, there's 22 neighborhoods in Southeast. I'll break each of them down. I've got a vlog of Southeast Portland and some homes, and kind of just a look at what Southeast Portland looks like. I'm really glad you were here. Make sure you hit the subscribe. Make sure you ding the button to stay up to date on everything about moving to Portland, Oregon, and everything about real estate in Oregon. Again, make sure if you want information, you shoot me a text, send me an email, call me. Let's set up a Zoom about moving to Southeast Portland. I'm really excited to see you. Make sure you call me. Thanks again.